hello, wonderful beloveds. Hello, and welcome to a brand new week. Welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. So for those of you who are new to me and my channel, my name is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am the creator and the founder of the Moon Goddess Academy and the Moon Goddess Circles, and also this weekly Goddess Energy Forecast. I'm also the host of the Sovereign Divinity podcast. So if you didn't know, usually I'll put the link below so that if you like to listen on the go, you can also do the podcast too. So welcome to a new week. This week's energy, I mean, last week we had the new moon, right? The new moon energy come through. And I feel like we're still working with that new moon creating, I should say, like the creative energy of the new moon. We're still in that fertile soil in a way where the soil, like this is the image I'm receiving, it's like the soil is ready to receive our seeds, and we're continuing to sow the seeds that are in alignment with us, the seeds that are more aligned with our soul, right? So it's almost like they're extending, or this energy is being extended, this time frame is being extended because people are having to sift through the intentions to see which ones I really want. Is this what my soul wants to experience, or is this something that I'm just asking from a point of the ego, or because I saw someone have it, or just because, right? And so I'm really seeing that happen. So really tune into this energy of creating something new in your life, bringing through that which you desire the most, your soul desire the most, right? Contemplating on what is important to you. What would you like to experience this year, right? All of that is being favored this week. The other thing that came in very clear is the energy of the Sisterhood of the Rose, right? And immediately it's like this, I'm seeing this pink, white rose just like blooming as I'm talking, and it just smells so amazing. And I'm seeing this rose in each woman's heart, and it's blooming. There's a sense of awakening happening. It's like, this is what I'm getting. It's like, woman, remember who you are. Woman, remember who you are. But it also reminding us of the mystery of the rose, the teachings, the wisdom of the rose, right? When you look at the rose, right, the rose is unapologetic. It's not comparing itself to the tulip or the sunflower. It knows it is a rose. And it also does not, hold back its beauty or its scent, because someone is walking by. It's like its beauty and its fragrance is always available to everyone, right? And then the other part of the rose teachings is the thorns. The rose is beautiful. The rose is powerful, but it also teaches us about boundaries, how to protect what is important to you, how to protect your energy, how to protect your beauty, how to protect your frequency. And this whole teaching is about, me and like looking at nature as a teacher, right? This whole teaching about the rose is really awakening this wisdom within us. Right? It's really awakening this wisdom within us. How can you shine your light for all, not just selected, but in that space of shining your light, how can you also create a safe container where you can continuously shine your light without the fear? We are always conduits of light, right? And when you are tuned to your higher self, we also awaken this system that comes with it. And it's like a protection technology, let's just say that. And this technology includes your angels, your archangels, the animal kingdom, right? They all come together and to create this beautiful barrier, beautiful, well, what am I looking for? Boundary around you, so that all you can do is focus, so that you can focus on what you're here to do. So you can focus on shining your light the brightest, right? And so I really love it because this week is really cool too. Like I received the Rose Oracle, Rebecca Campbell's new Oracle deck. And we, it just kind of like, well, what am I looking for? it was available. Like it just, that's when it got launched. So we all, if you pre-ordered it, we all received that. And it was so amazing because it was so powerful, like perfect timing. That's the beauty about working with frequency and energies, that everything happens in perfect timing, in divine timing. And so when this came in, I was already feeling that call to deepen into the Sisterhood of the Rose, which I am a member of, right? And also deepen into the wisdom of the rose, which I've been just diving into rose. My rose oil I wear every day. My bath soap is rose. Like it just kind of happened that way. But I'm really enjoying the magic of the rose, right? So when this oracle deck showed up for me, I knew that it's a way for me to anchor all that is coming through the wisdom of the rose, anchor it more and deepen into my relationship with the rose, right? So we're going to be using those cards because I'm really getting it for this week. The Sisterhood of the Rose and the Rose Elemental coming to support us this week. There's such a beautiful, beautiful energy. Do you feel this? So before we even go there, as always, just close your eyes. Tune into your heart. So use your breath, deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. Bring your awareness into your heart space and see that beautiful rose opening up and blooming. And at the center of that rose, see that light pillar. And allow that light pillar to extend up and plug into source. And when it does, it kind of just opens up and receives this beautiful golden nectar pouring down into it and flooding your entire being with it, and breathe. It just tastes so sweet in my mouth. And allow this pillar of light to also go down and let it anchor into the Divine Mother's heart. And there, again, it opens up and it begins to receive that beautiful light from the Divine Mother, that crystalline light. Receive it into your body and also in your heart. And go ahead and call in your higher self into your heart too. So from here, begin to see all three energies merge within that center of the rose. And as they come together, they create this beautiful crystalline, powerful ball of light. And it kind of just explodes out like a supernova. And it extends out and creates this beautiful crystalline light all around you. And I'm seeing like rose petals embedded within this bubble that is around you. And some of you, I'm seeing like the rose petals like showering upon you. If you're receiving that rose petal showering, I wouldn't be surprised if your lineage is connected to the rose lineage as well. So taking a deep breath in here and out. Allow that light to just flow through your entire being and also all around you. And let it just kind of let it just go out, like ripple out into the areas of your life that needs some extra support at this time. Send it out to the people that you love. Send it out to humanity, to the earth and humanity. Beautiful. And from this place, go ahead and ask, which of these rose teachings is here to support me this week? 1, 2, or 3. And once you have received your number or numbers, go ahead and open your eyes, still anchored within your heart, ready to receive your message for this week. All right, so let's see here. Oh, I love this. Let me find it real quick. Ooh, did I pass it? There we go. So if you received 1, your card is held. Look at how delicious this card is. I'm going to bring it closer so you can see there's different levels to this card. It is beautiful. Look at the woman down there. in the rose. You see it with the light around her, and then it looks like the divine mother above her holding, is it rose? It's like the divine grandmother, almost looks like that. Can you see? Like breathing life into her. Like, it's such a beautiful, warm card. So this card is about, it says, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. This is going to be a good one. So here's your message. When times are turbulent, to keep ourselves steady, we need something to hold on to. When things are crumbling around us, we must find something we can count on that won't budge. Deep roots to hold us steady when the winds of change come blowing. A supportive community around us. When we leave home, we must find something to hold us. When our lover leaves, we must find something to hold us. When the job ends, we must find something to hold us. When our parents die, we must find something to hold us. And when we think there's nothing holding us, it is an invitation to find new supportive ground. This is where we can discover the sureness of the soil, the holding of the roots, and the reach out to our community for extra holding. We were never meant to grow on this earth alone. Sometimes life rips from us what we cling to the most, or perhaps we cling to it for we can feel the cycles of change coming. Yet in the darkness of our longest, darkest night, we discover that it's in the empty spaces that we can be reached and held the most. It is in these that we discover a holding that we didn't know before. And we discover that what we thought was a tomb is actually a womb. You're being called to trust that the Great Mother has got you. And that's exactly the image in this card. Do you see this? The Great Mother's got you. To trust in the sureness of her soil, to trust the process of what's unfolding, and that you are not going through this alone. So how can you call in more support in your life this week? And what's holding you right now? What is holding you right now? It's really cool. I love this guy. It's very nurturing. Just breathe in and receive this support from the Great Mother. Feel her, just like you see here. Feel her breathing life into you, holding you in her arms. Just stay there as I move into the next card. You don't have to go anywhere, okay? All right, so let's see here. If you received card number 2, or if you received 2, where are you?
Shoria kiatana sarua eatia uru os ene kiatu ia aka iana ko eatiro uru shiati kianakia.
Where did it go? Beautiful. There we go. So if you receive 2, your card is Mother Rose. Mother Rose. I want you to just breathe this in. I'm really receiving that this message or this card is an activation.
Shoria kiatu koniatara kiarasa shoria kia sono okiatina saria.
Beautiful. So the Mother Rose, this card says, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. So let's see what the message says. A sacred symbol of the feminine, the rose has been here much longer than us. In times ancient, garlands of roses were placed around the statues of mother goddesses in worship of her. We're all her children, and she connects and unites us all. If we trace her roots far enough, maybe we'll find our way back to each other. We are living in a time of great division, learning and unlearning. We're together mending the thread of humanity. This is a card of returning to union by facing what's been broken, separated, and severed. To realize that we're all human, and while harm has been done, what's needed now is for us to acknowledge what's happened and endeavor to find a way to return to each other. To realize that it's possible for two people to have different experiences at the same time, and that both can be true. Mother Rose longs for humanity to drop our defenses and reach out to each other with deep honesty and compassion, to find and untangle the sadness, anger, and hurt from our hearts with the help of her grace, to dig our roots deep until we find common ground. Which relationships are difficult for you now? Who has hurt you? How can you soften and express your truth without being defensive? How can you open yourself up to the possibility that two truths can exist at once? I feel like this message is for all of us. It is for all of us, right? Understanding that even with our differences, we're still one. There's no one truth. I feel like the truth is like a puzzle piece, and each of us carry a piece of that. And if we're able to put it all together, we can get a complete picture, right? So place your hand on your heart. Like I had my hand on my heart the whole time because it feels so supporting at this time. And breathe into that rose that is opened and activated within your heart, and receive this activation. Mother Rose, please show us how to find our way back to you, the earth, and each other. Please help me to acknowledge what's difficult for me, and may my heart be filled with compassion for all. Mother Rose, please show us how to find our way back to you, the earth, and each other. Please help me to acknowledge what's difficult for me and my heart, and may my heart be filled with compassion for all. Mother Rose, please show us how to find our way back to you, the earth, and each other. Please help me to acknowledge what's difficult for me, and may my heart be filled with compassion for all. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Breathe in and out. And now the last card, which is like so perfect for, especially after the two previous cards. Let's see here. And just keep breathing into your heart as we're waiting for the next message or the last message. As you breathe into your heart, just continue to see that rose just expand and bloom, and that fragrance just so divine, just rippling through every part of you, around you, and into the world, blessing the world with your own unique rose flavor, rose fragrance. Okay. So this card, oh yes, so if you receive 3, your card is the breathing rose. And look at how beautiful this is. And you see the heart blooming at the center, the rose blooming at the center of the heart, and also below the heart. It feels like there's 2 roses, right? But it's like the rose rippling out through her and also all around her. So this card is about heart healing, emotions, connection, and time. Time eases. There we go. Okay, so here's the message. Often, healing is a slow, steady process. It's complex, non-linear. It takes as long as it takes, and most of the time, that's much longer than we would wish. But like all things in nature, there's a mysterious intelligence to it. And if we trust it and let the vibrant petals fall to earth, cut back what's no longer, and protect the new shoots and buds from being pried open, we may find ourselves in a second bloom, and fruit will follow. You can't manufacture that. We must trust the great mystery in the process. The bud somehow manages to burst through the constraints, oh my God, by opening to life. All of nature has this intelligence within it. The challenge when we're going through a time of healing, which is another word for growth, transformation, and change, is not to close ourselves off from the world when we most want to separate and shut down, to somehow find the courage to open through the agony, the difficulty, and the hurt. And when we feel safe enough to let life soften us, not harden us, to deepen and cradle us. This is a card of deep heart healing. It will often come to us as a symbol of emotional healing that's in the process of happening. The mending's underway. Treat yourself and your healing with compassion, understanding, and gentleness. This is a card of deep encouragement that you are doing it. Time will ease everything soon. How can you treat yourself with gentle compassion and softness? And how can you trust the timing of your healing? Taking a deep breath in here. So if you receive this card, this week you're working on some emotional healing. So the visualization that I walked you through at the beginning, the rose of the heart, breathing into the rose and allowing that frequency to ripple throughout you. Anywhere that you're feeling that pain or the hurt, send that rose nectar there to heal it. Also wearing rose oil, or having like that rose, buying yourself some roses can help you. What I'm getting is like this softening, right? It will help you it will help softening the hardness that the pain and the hurt has created, so you can finally release it and get to the wisdom part of it. So taking a deep breath in, because all these cards, I just feel like this week is really about softening. It's really softening and knowing that you're still safe and secure in the mother's womb, in the mother's arms, because we're being held. Do you feel it? Like as I'm even reading, I just feel really relaxed. I feel really good, right? And this is the truth. This is the truth about nature. We're never meant to do this on our own. We have allies who we came with, right? Whether they're here with us physically or they're holding space for us, in the spiritual realm, but they're here because they know what our soul will be going through, and they have the solutions to help us make it through it easily. And that's why it is my passion to teach people more about connecting with your higher self and connecting with your divine team, and really learning how to co-create with them and co-creating with the energies that are constantly dancing with us. Because it really does make this journey that we're on much easier. Taking a deep breath in and out. There's a prayer in here that I wanted to share with you to close the energy forecast. So I want you to drop into your heart. And you can place your hand on your heart and just keep breathing into that beautiful rose that is blossoming within your heart. And see that beautiful circle, the golden circle of light that is created by your guides and guardians, holding space for you. And really open up to receive them, receive their blessings. I feel like I can smell the rose. It might be my perfume. It might be. But just breathe and imagine that you're in this rose garden. Just the most plumpiest, delicious looking, most fragrant, most gorgeous roses you can ever imagine. And see yourself walking around, and there's one rose that begins to stand out and calling you to it. Pay attention to the color and what it looks like. And I'm seeing like one rose like getting taller, or maybe one rose getting like bigger. But whatever that is, go to that rose and stand in front of that rose, and you notice that it's almost like it's you. It looks like it's just you and that rose. And there's this oil dripping out of that rose. And the Divine Mother appears, and she catches the oil that is dripping out of this beautiful rose, and she pours it on your head and allows it to just, oh, do you feel that? And just like a waterfall, just flowing down all around you, all around your body. And she places one on your third eye to bless it, your throat, and also your heart. And she also brings a chalice and collects some of that nectar, and she asks you to drink it. Go ahead and drink it. And as you're drinking it, it's like drinking this golden light. Or perhaps it's pink for you. Or perhaps it's just crystalline white. Breathe it and just allow it to go into the places within your body that has been hardened by life, and begin to experience it just soften. Soften. It is safe. You are safe. Really feel the Divine Mother's embrace around you. Feel how held you are, how comforted you are. You are safe. And from this place, stay in your heart as you receive the prayer to Mother Rose. Oh, may we find the courage to walk the ever unfolding way of the rose. May we reach our roots all the way back in order to bloom sustainably. May we open our hearts front and back. May we soften our bodies and our minds. May we heal, may we heal, may we heal. May we return to ourselves, the earth, and each other. May we remember the future. May we remember the future rose gardens seated within. May we fall wholly and completely back into her arms. And when the time comes, and we will know when, may we throw our petals to the wind for the chance to do it all over again. Take a deep breath in. Thank you, beautiful Sisterhood of the Rose. Thank you, beautiful ally Rose. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your healing. Thank you for your support this week. We are so grateful. We're so grateful. We are so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. It's going to be a beautiful week. Yes, we got to do our work. We got to do some healing, right? But remember, this type of healing, like, is really softening, right? It's like, it reminds me, like when you sit in water for a long time, or when your hands are in water for a long time, it kind of gets wrinkly. I know my son, like my 3-year-old, he freaks out because he thinks it's an owie, right? But it's the water softening. The water has the ability to soften us. I'm getting that same thing. We're softening those hard nodules, which it's a blessing too, because it's not just doing that spiritually or energetically. It's also bringing this healing physically. So I'm getting this, like, even if you have like heart lumps within your body, allowing that nectar of the rose, like doing this visualization, going back to the rose garden and drinking that sweet nectar from the rose, letting it flow to these heart nodules and begin to see it dissolve and soften. Like, that's going to be powerful for you this week. Remember to just lay in the Divine Mother's arms. You deserve it. Take a break with her. Let her take care of you. Let her hold you. Let the sisterhood hold you. And let the rose wisdom bless you and bless your path. Beautiful. Thank you so much for receiving this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. Before I end this, one thing, there's an amazing summit going on this week. It's called Bridging Sky and Earth, by a dear sister of my mermaid sister, Jamie Lee. I will put the link below. Go ahead and check it out. It is a free summit, but it is incredible. The community that she brought together to talk about how we can embody more of our light, how we can embody more of our wisdom, our sky wisdom, our heavenly wisdom, right? Our higher self's wisdom, how we can be in our body and experience all that deliciousness. And you don't want to miss this. Like, every time she does a summit, it is so good. So good. Like, you feel it in your body. It's like eating that deliciousness, right? Like, it's so good. So I invite you all to come join us. Of course, I offer a transmission in there that you will get to experience on day 5. So go ahead and join and check it out. It is incredible. Okay, so come join us. All right, my loves, from my heart to yours. Until next time, have a fabulous, glorious, beautiful, sacred week. Bye.